Good connection? Okay, good connection. Hooray. Who's here? Flyaway hair going on here. Sensible Realtor's here. Hi, Candy's here. Maria. Kate Eraser. Hi, DeSilves. I love you. Oh, thank you, Stina. Hey, Lois, how are you? I'm great, darling. I'm getting so much done today. I'm going to go see my mum, either in a minute or later. Then I'm going to sit down and record a whole lot more meditations and affirmations because I've got to get this self-concept course out. God damn it. How do I manifest a text immediately? Why is it such an immediate emergency, darling? Why are you feeling so panicked? Why are you in such a state of fear? Why do you need it in capital letters immediately, exclamation point? Guys, if you're manifesting from a state of utter fear, which is what I'm reading in that question, all you'll manifest is a text that isn't good. Do you want that? You could get a text immediately, but it won't be the text you want because you're doing it completely out of fear. Okay? I've done that once where I wanted someone to call me. I wanted my SP to call me. And I did it from a state of, you're mine and only mine. You love me. Da-da-da-da-da. I wasn't saying you're going to call me. I was just like, oh, well, I think maybe I was saying you're going to talk to me. Stop trying to go live with me. If you're some fuckwit I've never met in my whole life, why would I go live with you? Please stop. I've just declined you 3 times. Get a life. Look, you can do it, but you've got to think, what's my thought behind doing this? When I did that and I got a call immediately, I was screaming at his picture in my phone, okay? But I was doing it from you're going to call me right now because I'm yours and no one else's and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? But I was doing it from a forceful, from a state of like, this is mine, this call. Look, I'm going to block this person, sorry. This person's an idiot. They've asked me 5 times to go live and it's fucking up the live. So you can do it. And you can imagine them calling you. You can imagine the text. You can imagine the phone in your hand and the phone ringing or the text appearing or the name popping up or the picture popping up. Okay? But I ask you, why did you put the word immediately? That sounds to me like you're in a state of fear, like you've been in a fight and you need it to be resolved. You've had some kind of conflict or you've seen them with a third party or you're desperate. Something's going on there. If I were you, I would concentrate on those feelings first and get rid of those thoughts. You've got those fearful thoughts and then manifest the text. That's what I'd be doing because it's from a state of fear. So all you'll manifest is a text that isn't good. Can I manifest exactly how SP will confess their feelings to me? You can try, darling. You can script it. You can imagine them saying it to you. But sometimes, guys, it doesn't come out exactly as you thought. And sometimes it does. It's up to you, script what you want them to say to you, darling. Hi, Liz, how are you? I'm well, darling. Question, if the old story is hurtful and makes me angry with him still, what should I do? Well, you've got to drop it, darling. If you're still angry at him, I don't know. Have you been listening to a word I fucking say? Have you ever watched any of my videos in your whole life? It's your doing. You caused it. If you're angry at him for cheating, being a fuckboy, being a player, being a narcissist, you chose him. If he was never like that from the beginning and he changed into that, well, you changed him. Guys, it's all you. What the fuck are you angry with them for? You've got to let it go. You've got to let go of the anger and the hurt and the not forgiving them. If you can't forgive them, you're fucked. If you're still angry at them, you're fucked. If you're still resentful with them, towards them, you can't get them back and keep them. You might get them back for about a week. And then one day you'll get triggered by the shit you're still angry about, darling, and boop, you'll be gone. Guys, I teach you to get them back and keep them, not just get them back for a fucking week. If you want to get them back for a week, still hold on to all that resentment, not forgive them and not understand that you caused it. Got it? Hi from Barbados. Oh, that's where Neville's from. Hello. Watching your lives made me realise the breakup was my doing because I thought he was going to leave. Listen to that person, Don. Exactly. So if you had some abandonment shit from childhood where people left you in your life, like a father left or someone died or you were neglected in some way or you were made to feel not good enough in some way, you will assume that people will either leave or reject you or not give you the love you need. And there you go, it happened. You've got to change that shit, darling, in your brain so it doesn't happen again. You've helped me so much. Finding you is the best thing ever. Oh, Mr. J27, you're welcome. A bad dreams, re-SP, cheating, a sign Cheating, a sign or just my subconscious fears? Just subconscious fears, it's not a fucking sign. You're making it into a sign. Guys, you interpret your own dreams, right? No one's coming down from on high telling you what your dream meant. You interpret it. So if you think you interpret your dream as he's cheating, that's a sign. Well, it's a fucking sign, and you'll literally manifest them cheating because you thought it was a sign, because you put the meaning on it. It's a sign. It means he's going to cheat. He's a cheater. No, you did that. It's just your subconscious thoughts, guys. For fuck's sake, dreams only mean what you think they mean. You can go to a dream analyst and find out exactly what it meant, and all they're going to do is interpret it based on what they believe it meant. How can I stop the negative thoughts when it comes to my SP? You've got to get a handle on your own negative thoughts about you, darling, and about them and the situation. You've got to get on top of it. Every time you think them, you've got to think the fucking opposite. He loves me, and then your brain goes, no, he doesn't. He said fuck off and die. Shut up, Karen. He said, I'm saying he loves me, he fucking does. If I say so, he does. Separate the two versions, because they literally are two versions. Exactly, darling. You created the shitty version. See only the new version and separate the two. Exactly. Because the one you're holding on to will not serve you, just like all your old thoughts about you won't serve you. If you cling on to that, it's like clinging on to a life raft that's made out of a piece of wood, when over there's a lovely, lovely life raft that's got, you know, puffy jackets and all these things to save you, but you're clinging onto this piece of wood Titanic style over here, like a bitch, like an idiot, when you could have just climbed over here and gone in the good one. Why don't you choose the good one? Why don't you choose one where you'll have salvation, not the one where you'll suffer and drown in the icy cold water? Completely ignore third party or affirm them away. Is that ignoring them? If you're affirming them away, are you ignoring them? No, you're bringing them into your reality more and more by picturing the bitch, thinking about the bitch, ruminating on the bitch, affirming for the bitch, keeping her there, keeping her there. I want to keep you in my reality. I love you so much. If you affirm them away, I do not recommend that. But hey, go and listen to Sammy Ingram and whoever the fuck says that, because I tell you what, Sammy's never had a third party in her life, so how does she know what she's talking about in terms of that? Well, I don't think she has, not in her current situationship and not in her marriage. If you imagine the third party, if you focus on the obstacle will fucking grow. It's the principle of all manifesting if you focus on the obstacle. So why in the world would anyone tell you to affirm away a third party? I just don't understand it. Okay? The only time I say to do that is when I've done a few affirmation tapes on here, because I know people cannot get the bitch or bastard out of their brain, and I'm giving them an affirmation just to quell their anxiety so they can say things like, every time you look at her, you only think of me, or something like that, because I know you're thinking of her. But then I want you to slowly but surely get that bitch out of your brain and see only you and your SP together and work on your self-concept and ignore the bitch. Got it? I don't mean to say bad things about Sammy, but like, she says stuff like that all the time, and I think Neville says all the time, when you focus on the obstacle grows. So if you're focusing on her in affirmations, you're literally keeping her alive. You're breathing life into the third party. I don't agree with doing affirmations for them, but if you absolutely have to do it for a short time, maybe that's what Sammy says, I'm not sure. I haven't watched her videos for a year, or about 6 months, but don't focus on them. Got it, guys? Oh my God, people, just change your crappy thoughts. Yes, guys. Can I affirm, text and visualize we're together? Yes, darling, do that. If everyone is us pushed out, does that mean that in their reality, we are only them pushed out? Yes, exactly. You're getting it. It's true, yes. Loz, I tried to give a bad situation good meaning. My coach shot it down, feeling discouraged. Your coach? Who the fuck's your coach? You've got some life coach who shot down you giving good meaning to a bad situation, do you? Well, get rid of that coach. Is this a life coach? Who the fuck is this bitch? What, so you're just going to cling on to the bad meaning and hold on to the bad meaning and hold on to all your psychological shit from childhood that's giving everything a bad meaning and negative meaning? That's really great. Who the fuck is this person? Stop listening to them. Simone, you're doing it right. Whoever you're listening to is a fuckwit. Manifesting coach. Sorry, you're here talking to me about some stupid bitch you're going to, some manifestation coach who's told you to hold on to the old story and not give anything good meaning. Who is this dumb bitch? Give me her name. She's a dumb bitch. Simone, who is it? Because they're an idiot. If you're not changing the story, you're not going to manifest what you want. You are literally going to keep manifesting the old bad story that you're clinging onto with your shitty thoughts about yourself, them, and the situation. I don't know who this dumb bitch is you're getting coaching from, but they should quit. because they're a fucking moron. Who is it? They told you not to give good meaning and change the story. They told you not to change the story. That's all manifesting is. Changing things from what I don't want to what I do want. Changing my thoughts from bad thoughts to good thoughts. Changing the story from an old story to a good story. Who is this dumb bitch? I hope you're not paying this dumb bitch, darling. The fuck is it? Simple manifesting. Who the fuck's that? Oh, that black guy. Yeah, okay. So he reckons you don't give good meaning. Usually so helpful, but today you really have me feeling discouraged. I would question whether he knows what the fuck he's... And I wrote facts on it because it was a good video, and it said, these techniques don't work. 55 by 5, 369, the 2-cup method. I was like, yeah, because I saw it and I thought it was a funny video that he put together. But apart from that, I don't know if the guy knows what he's talking about. I've barely seen his account. It only popped up on my For You page today. I've barely seen any of his videos. But if he's saying to you that you don't change the old story and you cling to the old story, what was the thing he actually said for you to do? Said my focus was in the wrong place. Sorry, tell me exactly what he told you to do. He told you not to change things from bad meaning to good meaning. Was he saying don't focus on the obstacle, don't focus on the old story and just focus on the new story? Well, that's good advice. But if he's saying just focus on it, but you've still got the old story in your mind, at some point you've got to revise it, change it, write it out and burn it, get rid of it. Because I'm sorry, some people are teaching manifesting but have no idea about how your brain psychologically works. That's why I changed my account name from Manifest Live with Loz to Subconscious Loz, because I realised there's some fucking dumb morons on here who are talking about manifesting as out and burn it, because I know how psychologically people's brains work. That's why I changed the name of my account, why I focus on the psychology of you guys, because all manifesting is your psychology. So if anyone's talking about it like a woo-woo thing, like just focus on this thing and bing, it will happen, I wouldn't listen to them, darling, and I certainly wouldn't be paying for the coaching. He said it just showed my self-concept. I thought it was my purge and was giving it amazing meaning. Well, good, give it amazing meaning. Guys, some things purge out right now, and it doesn't mean your self-concept isn't improving. So don't listen to some bastard who says to you your self-concept's still in the toilet. If you're giving things good meaning, you're identifying that it's an old thought playing out, and you're in a good headspace, and then someone fucks with you and says, oh, your self-concept's in the toilet. I will only say that if I can identify from what the person said that that's still happening. But for all you know, darling, it's just old shit playing out. So give it that meaning and stop listening to that moron. How do we know our SPs want to show us up as loving? How do we know our SPs want to show up as loving to us in our reality? Darling, have you seen me before? They can only reflect your thinking. Are you thinking they don't love you? Are you thinking they're not going to show up as loving? Are you thinking they're making their own decisions? Because if you think they're making their own decisions, they'll make that decision, which is, I don't love you. If you think they love you, they'll fucking love you. If you imagine them showing up in your reality as loving you, and your dominant assumption about them is they love me, they are loving towards me, that's how they'll be. They have no choice. Please go and watch all my videos, because you're lost as hell if you think they're making a choice of their own. They can only reflect your thinking. Did they start reflecting the thinking you had, which is you don't love me? Oh yeah, they did that. How about that? They didn't make that choice. You put that in their fucking mind. Got it? Hi, love. Since working on self-concept, I manifest a new SP, but he's still telling me my old self. Okay, so he's playing out like just what Simone said. It's still the old 3D playing out. Don't worry about it. Give it good meaning that things are slowly changing. And don't react. If I feel good when affirming but still hurt at times when I'm not doing it, advice? Well, keep fucking affirming. Darling, if you're going back to your negative thinking all the time, you're doing this short amount of affirming, feeling great, and then like this all day, you do understand that affirming is thinking. I don't want you to use affirming as an activity. It's new thinking. If you're feeling shit all day and hurt at times, but the rest of the time you're doing this activity called affirming, I ask you, do you understand that affirming is thinking? I don't want you to use it as an activity. I want you to flip every fucking hurt thought you have. Every time you have the hurt thought, That's what affirming is. It's not a thing to do. Got it? That was my ex learned. I told her ex we were dating and she got pissed at me. How do I affirm revise? What? My ex learned? Don't understand that. We'll just revise the whole thing, whatever she found out. Just imagine she didn't hear it. She doesn't know that information. Hi, love. It's okay to hook up with men while manifesting. Yes, don't worry about it. It won't make any difference. Loz knows her shit. She's changed my life. Oh, Nat. And the way I react in the 3D. Yes, Nat, I know. You're not the old Nat anymore. How come the 3D plays out our old story for some things but new thinking for others? Because it's something you got really resistant thought about. So if it's an SP and you're really madly fucking in love with them and you've had some real shitty thoughts about them for months, well, good luck with changing that overnight. But something like, I'm going to get a free coffee will be instant. Because you won't have any resistant thought about that and you won't have doubts that someone's going to give you a free coffee. How to stop wondering what SP is doing without you and stop the urge to check social media. Guys, you've just got to create scenarios in your mind that they're with you. When I start my YouTube channel, I promise you I'm going to have a whole lot of meditations where you can lie in bed or sit in a chair or be driving. Oh, no, not doing while you're driving. Sitting in a car with the car engine off. And imagine scenarios in your mind so that when you're wondering what they're doing, you can just go into your mind instantly and have a little visualization. Oh no, they're doing this with me now. They're here with me now. Rather than you wandering off and doing things. So I would just take a moment to sit and visualize a scene with them. So the moment you're thinking of them, you think of you and them together instead. Instead of wondering what they're doing and checking the socials, okay? I understand, but because it's new, it feels like work to do. It will feel like work because Foodie Writer 82, you're fighting your subconscious thought that's been running your brain since 1982 or whenever you're born. Okay? So it is work. It's work to fight that bastard. It's a bastard. It's fucking work. But you got to keep at it and you got to not think of it like a chore, please. Affirming for my SP, but sometimes else is my boyfriend now. How do I act towards a second person? Oh, someone else is my boyfriend now. Oh, okay. Doesn't matter, darling. You act however you would act. If you like them, like them. If you want to be physical with them, do it. But it doesn't make any difference about your SP. You can still have thoughts about your SP in your mind and be with someone else. Doesn't matter. Falling asleep in the Wish Fulfilled challenge has been great. Yes, I was just going to say, what challenge should we do next week? I was going to put a post in the Facebook group after this saying, how did the Wish Fulfilled and the scripting challenge go for people? I want feedback. And also, what should the challenge be this week? I was either going to do a fuck the 3D challenge, a money challenge, a money and success challenge. It's up to you guys. I've been better at this lately, the calling him that and seeing him differently good. Also, every single man I've been interested in has come into my life to pursue me. Crazy. Really, Maria? He is what I say. He does what I say. Yeah, he is what I say. He does what I say again and again. Exactly. My self-concept must be on fire. Oh, Maria, love it. I manifest my SP back thanks to you. Now my target is from friends with benefits to commitment. Yay, darling! Hooray! Don't even assume you're in friends with benefits, darling. Don't even give yourself that title. Give yourself the title of girlfriend in your mind and just imagine you're together in your mind as boyfriend and girlfriend and he's your man and he's your person and the end. Don't even think about the friends with benefits. Don't even entertain anything he does that looks like that. Just be like, oh, he loves me so much. If he leaves after you've had sex, be like, oh, he can't bear to be around me. He loves me too much. Sleeping here, he might cry. He loves me so much. He has to go home and have a cry about how much he loves me. You know what I mean? Give everything good meaning. He's got on some phone on Tinder talking to some bitch. Just be like, oh, he's saying goodbye to them all because he's chosen me. How to not worry when he says old story while working on new one. Darling, only you can stop those worrying thoughts in your mind. You've got to start focusing on the new story, fighting those thoughts in your brain. You've just got to fight them, guys. There's no other way to do it. Hi, Sasha. Loz, yes, I've caught your live. Ah, Sasha. How are you, darling? Been persisting for months, but nothing has changed. Okay. Well, what are you doing? Darling, some of us, this takes fucking forever. Have you seen Kim Velez's latest video? She's been on and off with her SP for 3 years and it's taken her a year to get him back. Arnie from Create Your Future took a year to get her guy back. They're two of the best coaches out there on YouTube. I'm sorry, they took a year to get them back, both of those girls, because they had a deep psychological shit to get over. A couple of months is nothing, darling. Stop getting despondent. So if I'm thinking, Loz, she loves me, then how would she reflect on that? Then she'll start to love you, Josh. Okay? But you've got to fight all the fearful thoughts you're having that fight that statement. So when you say, she loves me, If you've still got thoughts that say, no, but she's got that guy, that new guy. But remember when she said to you, but she's not here at the moment, you stupid asshole. You're an idiot. Josh, stop kidding yourself. You're deluding yourself. If any of that's still going on while you're trying to say she loves me, that's why she's not turned up yet. That's why she's not reflecting that back yet. Because you're fighting your own new assumption. Guys, you can have the new assumption. But why I say to fight your negative thoughts throughout the day is those negative self-concept beliefs, and they are ingrained, childhood, been there from the age of 7 beliefs, will fight this new assumption every time until you tell it not to, until you overbear it, okay? That's why people saying to you, just do affirmations or do this technique or do this thing. It's a technique. What are you doing the rest of the time? Neville calls it a mental diet. It's like any other diet. You can't just have a diet at night of fresh vegetables and a nice fish dish and some fruit for dessert, and then all day long you purged on McDonald's. That's what you're doing, guys. You've got McDonald's of the brain. If all day you're thinking negative thoughts and you're trying to say this new assumption, you're trying to think the new visualizations and the new affirmations, but you're thinking the old thoughts and not fighting them and not quashing them and not giving a new affirmation on over the top of it, you've got McDonald's of the brain, guys, and a couple of affirmations at night or just thinking she loves me won't do enough. You've got to think, Josh, what am I thinking the rest of the time that might be fighting this assumption I now have? That's going out to her and she'll reflect it back eventually. Okay, that was the question. I probably didn't answer the question. Hi, Sasha. Yes. What's been the best method to fight bad thoughts? Would you say visualizing works for me? Yes, visualizing is great, guys. Look, I don't talk about visualizing nearly enough on here, I don't think. But I visualize a lot and I am a visualizer, okay? And a lot of what I've manifested has come from visualizing. But why I talk about affirming so much is just what I just said. It's what you're constantly doing all day is thinking. It's very hard to visualize while driving. It's very hard to visualize while you're working at work. Okay, but you can be listening to an affirmation tape while you're working, but it's very hard to visualize while typing an essay or something. Okay, or talking to a colleague. But you can talk to a colleague and be affirming in your mind. He loves me and only me. And be listening to some manager telling you off for something and you're not even listening. But it's very hard to close your eyes and visualize while your manager's yelling at you. Okay, that's why I talk about affirming so much, because it's actually a much easier thing to do during the day. Plus, it's flipping your negative thinking. How do you do visualization? Just sit and imagine. Look, Neville talks about it as a state akin to sleep is most helpful, okay, which is a drowsy state. It's not full meditation like falling asleep, like you're getting hypnotized or anything. It's just getting into a drowsy state that feels like you're almost falling asleep or you're drowsy. It could be things like you're washing the dishes. Have you ever packed envelopes and you're doing it so long that you're just drifting off? You ever drive to your old house and you're at a new house, but you've ended up at your old house? You're like, how did I do that? That's the state akin to sleep. You're almost just like mindless, okay? Whenever you're doing mindless activity or you're feeling relaxed or you're falling asleep or waking up are the best times to visualize. Or take a moment in your day and lie back in a chair and do it, okay? And conjure up a scene in your mind that would imply you have what you want already. And do it from your eyeballs as if you're in the scene, seeing it from your eyes. My SP was meant to come see me, but decided he doesn't want to anymore and deleted me. Help. Okay, Jodine, what the fuck have you been thinking? You've been here a long time. What have you been thinking? Oh, darling, what's wrong? Come on, Seth. My cat's meowing her head off. Who sent me a rose? Thanks, C. Zimmer. Who else sent me a big thing with a finger thing? Who was that? I missed it. Who was it? I can't see who it was. Who sent me that thing? That finger heart. Oh, I missed the whole bloody thing. I was manifesting to see you live. Oh, were you, Sasha? Loads of people on Facebook are changing their status to a relationship. I'm seeing there's birds for land. I'm next. Oh, good, darling. I don't know what my self-concept was really good, but it's all gone weird randomly. Okay, so your self-concept was really good, but have you changed the story enough about them, darling? Or is it just the old shit still playing out? Actually had some real old story about him. Okay? Affirmations for my self-concept in regards to my power as a conscious manifester. I am a master manifester. I am the queen of my reality. I run this shit. What I say goes. You must do what I say you're going to do. You must say what I say you're going to say. You must be what I say you're going to be. Loz is honestly the best, guys, isn't her? Oh, Sasha. Guys, please go to Sasha's account if you haven't already. I think you're at 20,000 already, aren't you, darling? Does the old story ever really go away? Yes, guys, absolutely it does. Sometimes it's like they're a whole new man and you're like, What the fuck is this? My ex turned up like that when I was with my SP. He was just like transformed. I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? And it was only when I was having a low moment this year that he turned back a little bit into the old him. Not completely, but just little snippets of it. And I was like, because I was mentally not good. And so he just turned up not being a good guy towards me for just a moment. And I was like, always your self-concept. Yes, the guy I used to talk to is flooding me with compliments all while talking about SP. Oh, you're talking about SP, he's still complimenting you. Oh, funny. Your vid's on repeat for me, so helpful. Oh, good, guys. Look, guys, go to the Facebook group. The link's in my bio. Watch the videos when you're feeling like you're having a spiral, having a bad day. Just sit there and have a loz binge. I'm not saying it so you just sit there and watch me, but I'm saying it does help. I know it used to help me when I would sit there and I would listen to Neville over and over and over and over and over and over. And sometimes I just wouldn't get it. And I'd listen to the lecture like 3 times in a row and I'd be like, huh? And I'd listen again and again and again and again until it sunk in. Sometimes you really need to hear it a lot. Do we affirm self-concept when we get negative thoughts, right, doubts, or how often? Yes, guys, when you have a doubt, when you have a negative thought, then yes. It's a good idea to affirm directly to your SP. What do you mean, out loud? If that makes sense. No, not out loud, but you can do it while they're standing in front of you and you're thinking, you love me and only me. You can't stop staring at me. When you look in my baby blue eyes, you melt. You want to kiss me, don't you? You can do that, but you're not saying it out loud. Oh, what's this, Sasha? My mum died in 2013. I felt lost ever since until I found you. Oh, Sasha. Oh, darling. I saw your post on Facebook today about her. 2013. She looks so young, Sasha. Darling, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. Look, I truly believe, and it's only because I've really sensed people around me, that they are still around. I don't know if you believe that, darling, but step into... You're so spiritual and you're so, I hate that word spiritual, but you're so in touch with your own feelings, okay, and your own thoughts and knowing how this works, that you know that you are all powerful and there is a power in you that was here when you were born and never goes away once you die. Only your meat suit dies. This is just meat. But they're still here. They were here before they arrived. Your mum is still here, darling. Talk to her. Did test. I'm going to see yellow car. Saw one in hours. Wanted proof it was my power. Saw another one. Oh, wonderful, darling. Hi, Loz from Vancouver Island. Oh, Vancouver. Just love you. Oh, thank you, darling. You and Kim are the best. Oh, thank you. Apparently, Kim was talking about me on her live yesterday. And her SP showed up in a robe. And apparently, he was super handsome. Kim Velez, I'm talking about, guys. That's what I do. Listen to videos when I'm spiraling. Yes, guys, do it. I used to do that all the time. Sometimes my SP would arrive at my house and I'd be listening to a fucking video and I'd be like, whoop. How long should revision be? That's a good question. I can imagine a scenario for hours. Well, look, guys, it's up to you. I mean, look, I've been kind of grappling with when I'm doing these meditation videos at the moment that I'm going to put on YouTube. How long do I allow the meditation time to go for? Because there was one I did yesterday, which was living in the wish fulfilled, and I allowed about 2 minutes worth of just music time. And I thought, is that a bit too long? Because some people might be lying there going, okay, I've thought of the scene. It was a short scene. It was congratulations. That was it. Got the phone call. That was it. Well, other people might be having their wedding day and now they're meeting the people and now they're on the honeymoon. I mean, depends what's up to you guys. With revision, the same thing. It could be a short moment of like, babe, what's wrong with you? And then you end up in a fight where you change it and you go, I'm sorry, babe, I didn't mean to push you for answers. And he goes, it's all right, and tells you the problem, right? It could be just a short little conversation or it could go on for an hour. It's up to you guys, whatever suits you. I can't really tell you guys, oh, thanks for the roses, H Casino. I can't really tell you guys how long to do it for, but a 10-second scene, a 30-second scene is enough. Okay, that's what Neville said. And sometimes it's a good idea to have the little 10-second or 30-second scene and then repeat it over and over, especially if you're trying to revise. Because you're trying to convince your subconscious mind that that was what happened. My SP called the other day. Haha, not on my phone, but on my mutual friends who I happen to be with. Oh, wonderful, darling. Is it true that we have to believe what we're saying for it to be working? No, because look, it really fucking helps if you believe it. But you actually have no control over belief or feeling. That's why I don't talk about belief or feeling a lot on here, guys, because I know that will make people feel really lost because they'll think, but I can't believe it. I don't believe it, but I can't feel it. right? Go and read Bruce Lipton, okay, Dr. Bruce Lipton, and he talks about how belief forms in your mind. It's a neural pathway that takes a while to form after repetitive thought that sinks into your subconscious, and after a while your subconscious takes that assumption as truth and assumes it to be a thing it now believes, and it forms a neural pathway that says in your brain, oh, we believe this now, right? So you have no control over that. So if you're listening to someone say you have to believe it, okay, well, great, that's great, but how do I have control over when that belief happened? You don't. So you simply want to think it dominantly a lot, and then it will naturally become a belief, okay? I can't visualize mentally, and I find it hard to manifest. No, you're not finding it hard to manifest. You mean you're finding it hard to manifest consciously. You're manifesting all fucking day. You've manifested a whole lot of shit that you're trying to manifest against at the moment. You mean affirm? Affirming is new thought. I am loved. I am wanted. As opposed to, he doesn't love me. He doesn't want me. No one loves me. I'm not wanted. Okay? If you find it hard to visualize, just flip every negative thought you're having, darling. That's all affirming is. Loz, you remind me of what my mum would tell me. Oh, really? Oh, bless. She must have been a great woman, darling. She was probably very positive. When SP was asleep in my arms, I was affirming, you're so in love with me, looking forward to when I see him next. Oh, it's good, guys. Do that when they're asleep in the bed with you. Absolutely. Is writing down visualization a good thing? Well, that's kind of scripting a scene, and then you can imagine it. But guys, look, you can script anything you like, but the key is to think it while you're writing it. Like, say you're writing what your vows will be on your wedding day, then read them back and imagine the person is saying that to you. Don't just write it down once and put it away. Okay, don't just write down a visualization and then never do the visualization. The key is to use your mind, guys, okay, more than anything. Loz, you're truly the queen of manifestation. You're my favorite on TikTok. Oh, Sandra. I ran into my SP at Halloween party. Oh, and we ended up hanging out all night together. Oh, wonderful. You manifested that, darling. What's an SP? Specific person, darling. Just your ex or your current boyfriend, girlfriend. Loz, my health has gone so bad suddenly and I'm just so exhausted. Oh, no, Queen Biz. Why? What's happened? What are you thinking about you? You're having a bit of a purge? Look, so, guys, sometimes when you're really working on your self-concept, you can have some, I don't want to manifest this for anyone or affirm this, but sometimes your brain is so pissed off at you for trying to change what it knows you are, it'll start giving you headaches and making you feel tired and exhausted and a whole lot of shit. That's why I can't listen to sleep affirmations very often, because I just can't sleep. Because my brain is like, fuck you, this has been Loz forever. We've had 44 years of Loz and we're not changing her anytime soon. Shut up. And it will give me a headache. It will make me wake up. It'll make me feel sick. I'll be exhausted the next day. I'll be really tired. I'll be irritable. Think about if it's to do with what you're doing at the moment. Otherwise, just affirm for your health. I'm feeling so healthy. I'm feeling better by the day. My cells are renewing themselves. I feel so good. I remember when I first found you, I thought, well, she's aggressive. Then it hit me. Really? How long ago was that, Sasha? Because I've only been on here since February. SP is back on Tinder. I keep saying he's bored. He compares every girl to me. He only wants me. Yes, darling, just do that. Just be like, oh, well, I must have manifested that. I must at some point thought other girls are better than me, but he's just going to be scrolling through and finding no girls better than me. And if he hangs out with them, he's just going to be staring in their face and seeing my face and being bored out of his fucking skull. They're going to help me make him realise that I'm the only choice. More important are the thoughts or feelings. I am confused. The thoughts, please. You don't have any control over the feelings, darling. You only have control over what you're thinking. For you to feel devastated, you would have to think of something that devastates you. Then you would conjure emotional reactions that feel like devastation based on that thought that you just had. If you want to feel happy, you have to think of a happy thought and then you will feel happiness. So anyone telling you have to feel a feeling, that's fine, but you have to actually have the thought first. I think everyone needs you in their life. Oh, Sasha. What can I say before an exam to pass with exceptional results? I get exceptional results. I'm an exceptional exam taker. People can't believe how well my exams go. Whenever I take an exam, I pass it with flying colours, etc. The first time I saw you, I knew I needed an appointment and booked it and it fundamentally changed me. Oh, Coral. Because you skip the bullshit and get straight to the point. Oh, well, I'm a bit Australian like that. Can I affirm that my SP hates a third party? Guys, you can do that, but I just want you to focus more on you with them, you with them, you with them. The more you think of the bitch, the more you're keeping her around. But you can say that if you want. Can you visualize mini events that can happen Who's this? That can happen and that can lead to your main manifestation. Oh, okay, so that's kind of like the steps. Yeah, sure, darling. But I want you to live in the end as well. So if you're doing the steps, like he's constantly calling, text me, or have a little visualization of them turning up at your door with flowers or giving you the apology, whatever, you can do that. But I also want you to manifest the end, because sometimes all you'll get is the apology, or sometimes all you'll get is them turning up at your door, you have the DM, you have the apology, and they leave, and you never got the end. Guys, you've got to understand that manifesting in steps, sometimes all you'll get is the step. Understand? Could be really specific. Do people get nightmares with Dylan James sleep affirmations? Yes, they did when we did the sleep affirmation challenge in the group. They also got way more with their own self-concept ones, because I was telling everyone to record their own and listen to them overnight, and they got a lot more bad, negative reaction than just doing Dylan, because Dylan's so general. Yes, I understand. Thank you. Okay, good. Tap screen. She's good. Oh, thanks. Is it possible the person I manifest is manifesting someone else? Don't worry about what they're doing, darling. If you're manifesting them, they're yours. Do some SPs never come back no matter what we affirm because of their own shit? No, it's because of your shit. It's because you didn't change the story. You didn't change the story of them enough, the story of you enough. You didn't convince yourself in your mind and you fucking gave up. It's got nothing to do with them. Do you understand? They're only reflecting your thinking. It's nothing to do with their shit. And if you think they've got their own shit, they'll have their own shit, and that shit will stop them from being with you, because you've got this assumption that they have a whole lot of shit, or they don't love you, or they've got issues, or they're not over their ex, or they've got commitment, they're a commitment phobe, or they're a player, or whatever the fuck the belief is you're holding on to, which is in that statement. They've got their own shit. That whatever it is that you're holding on to about their shit is what's causing them not to come back. You really need to get rid of that. Sorry, Loz. But I want my SP to tell her sisters about me. What do I affirm? Everyone in her family knows about me. She loves to show me off. So those things done. We've tried so many in and out experiences that I struggle where to start with the revision. We've had so many in and out experiences where to start with the revision. We'll just go back to one scene that really stands out in your mind, darling, that wasn't great. And start with that. Any recommendations for bed self-concept affirmations on YouTube? I really aren't, guys. I really haven't heard many that I think are that good. I accidentally had a re-find me one on last night, and it didn't affect me in the slightest. I don't even know what she was saying. No idea. Maybe Dylan James might be the best, but I promise you they're not specific enough to your shit. I would prefer you made affirmations in your voice memos, then saved it to VLC, then pressed the loop button and looped your own affirmations all night. The ones from other people, unless they're super specific about a certain issue and a key to your self-concept, won't do a hell of a lot. Are we supposed to use their names while manifesting? What do you mean while manifesting? You're always manifesting. Do you mean affirming? Darling, if you don't use their name, you're thinking of them anyway when you think of him or her. Okay, but you can use their name if you want. It's not 100% necessary, but you can think him, he. You're imagining them in your mind whilst saying that anyway. Kim Velez's I'm Chosen is great. Yeah, maybe Kim Velez's would be better. The I'm Chosen meditation. How to figure out what the old story of your SP is? Well, write it down. Sit for 20 minutes and think, well, what are all the thoughts I have about them? They're probably not good. How to think that you are in a relationship when you're angry to your SP. If you're angry at your SP, darling, well, you're fucked. I don't know why you're watching me. You've really got to sit down, write down all those angry thoughts and think, have I caused this? Have I caused the way they're showing up? Why am I still holding on to anger? Guys, anger isn't an emotion. Anger is a byproduct of a proper emotion. And the proper emotion is probably fear, hurt, sadness, etc. You're angry because they hurt you. You're angry because you feel fearful. You're angry because they chose someone else. You're angry because deep down you're hurt. If you hold on to that fucking anger, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, and you won't be able to get them back and keep them. So good luck with that, darling. Loz, you're amazing. Sasha. What about manifesting in bigger steps per se, like reunion, commitment, then marriage and family? Do that, guys. Manifest the marriage, absolutely. Love your mother. Oh, thank you, darling. Well, Neville wanted his second wife. He just imagined, oh, the pumpkin. Sasha sent me a pumpkin. He imagined her sleeping in the bedroom every night with him. Okay? He manifested the end. He didn't go, oh, we're going to go on some dates and then she's going to call me and he just went right to the end. She sleeps in that bed over there because it was, in the 40s and they slept in separate beds, and I'm sleeping in my bed. The end is we are together. If we are in separate beds in 1940s, that means we're married in the same house. So he was going right to the end to assume that he was married to her and she was walking around imagining an imaginary wedding ring on her finger, married to him. That's the end. Got it? Yes, I've caused this and I'm struggling. Well, fuck, darling. Stop struggling and start affirming. Can I daydream of old memories and think of the good ones? Yes, guys. And use those in your visualizations now. Oh, who sent me a coffee? Thank you. My coffee's gone cold. That would be quite nice. A nice hot coffee. Thank you, Amy. Do you believe in EMT tapping? EFT? Yes, guys. I am loved and wanted. He loves me so much. Everyone's always loved me. I've always been given all the love I need. I am enough. I am more than enough. Whatever you want to tap in, tap them in. And tap out your stress. Sorry, I got a cat on my lap, guys. God, people sending so many... I've got so many roses and TikToks and donuts and pumpkins. All right, guys, I've really got to go soon because I've got to get these meditations done. Otherwise, you guys are going to ask me on every fucking live, when's the self-concept course out? When's the self-concept course out? And I'm never going to get it finished. So I've made a waking up in the morning, stepping into your power meditation, a getting into the wish fulfilled meditation, an anti-anxiety meditation. I've made a whole lot of self-concept, very specific self-concept issue affirmation tapes, and today I'm going to do a few more meditations as well. Okay. Oh, thanks, guys. YouTube, yes, these will be on YouTube, but plus they'll be in the self-concept and Get Your Ex Back courses. Okay, guys, which I'll promise you I'll have out at some point. Does obsessing over the 3D make it delay it? Yes, darling. Stop fucking doing that, Daniel. Sasha's in the house. Yes, I know, guys. Go and follow Sasha. I am Sasha Official. Okay, guys? She's got great content. All right, guys. Thanks for the finger heart, X-Phoenix. All right, guys. I will see you soon. I'll be live later, maybe. If not later, then about this time tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. And go to the Facebook group. You can watch all these lives back. All right, guys. See you. Bye.